Hello everyone, my name is Kyle. Welcome back. I make reactions to TV shows and movies. Today is a TV show, and it is 12 Monkeys Season 1, Episode 5, called The Night Room. Last time, the episode of 12 Monkeys was really different. Instead of traveling all the way back to 2015, we actually got very little Cassie. Cassie was kind of absent for the episode. Cole travels just a couple of days back in 2043. We did get a little bit more information on what happened in, I believe it was 2032? Or was it exactly 2033? I know it was like 10 years before that. I think it was 2032. About how Cole and Ramse were kind of doing things on their own until they joined up with the West 7, and then they got on the wrong side, or Ramse got on the wrong side of the leader Deacon. So we got a lot more backstory on Cole, and we figured out, you know, he did kind of leave a life behind when he left the West 7. But in general, it was a really solid episode. I liked it. I was very like, what the heck is going to happen? And then they kind of like, they just threw me for a big loop when they went back in time a couple of days. But this one is called The Night Room. So I'm guessing that we are going to finally see or get more information on this amazing night room and, you know, what horrible viruses it might have inside. I'm guessing that we're going to have Jennifer back then for this episode. Jennifer Goines, if we're going to find out where the night room is, because they've been kind of setting things up that Jennifer knows where it is, and she's the only one left who knows where it is. Although the one character, Henri, did say that they could track it through the UV lights, so we'll see. But if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see the full version, it's in the description down below. Talk to me on Discord. Otherwise, let's get to time travel. Boom, boom. Alright. Oh. Backstory on Jennifer?
We're here.
Copy that.
I think that's going to be Jennifer. So was she crazy at this point already? A question I need answers.
That's correct. Your father, he speaks very, very highly of you.
I doubt that.
She seems pretty with it. Seeing a whole bunch of people get killed around you would probably drive you crazy.
Welcome to the night room. And the vault is like its own little Fort Knox per duct to Tucson specs. And obviously you're the only one here who can open it.
If someone comes looking for Daddy's little secret, they have to get through that.
You don't think someone would try and steal this thing?
It's happened before.
Does Big Burn mean it just sets everything on fire?
This is a bad idea.
Truly for the last time. Tell us how to find the night room.
You're creepy, but I don't think that's gonna work on her crazy.
Cassie found it using records from the CDC. She needs to confirm it. I'm supposed to meet her there.
It's gotta be where Leland kept the virus.
Well, you'll destroy it. The damage from the West 7 attack was substantial, but she'll be ready.
Ramsey and I usually knock a couple back. It's become a kind of pre-splinter tradition.
I know why our calculations are off. The alcohol in your bloodstream.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, she's gonna drink with them. I wonder if they'll ever meet Katerina in the
I've been
past.
saving this. The theory being, if our timeline is reset, poof.
Oh, yeah, just that mission.
Drink.
Just that mission.
What?
Another shot. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Jones. It's not exactly Jam.
It's my husband, Jones.
Oh.
My maiden name was Werner,
You were married?
just for a few days.
I'm sure there's an interesting story behind that. Unless he died from the disease, then... Oh, I don't think you're splintering anytime soon.
The core is running out of juice. We didn't anticipate so many jumps.
Take a day to fix it, take a week, take a month. It's a time machine.
Every day we wait, the core degrades further.
This core has to make it through 5 seasons, no?
guys are being reckless.
Look, we're getting close to the end of this thing, okay? You won't be around to hear me say I told you so.
Initiate sprint sequence.
I'm from the apocalypse. Everything here looks weird to me.
Enough voltage to power the UV lights Henri told you about.
That's the night room. Good work.
Okay, you can't just go in there and kill everyone.
Whoa,
Let's
what's our
get-
plan?
Yeah.
Get a closer look.
I've seen that face before, right before you shot Leland Goines.
This is it. You found it, what we've been looking for this whole time.
But you still need a plan.
But one way or another, I'm getting into that lab.
I'm surprised even the outer doors are unlocked. I would think something like this, you couldn't even get near the building. Like locked doors, guarded fence.
Hey, where's the lab?
I thought all of the scientists died except for Jennifer and Henri.
They already know you're here.
Oh, I need explanations. Okay, I'm guessing Jennifer did tell them where it was. Mr. Creepy must have gotten to her.
When did they get here?
A few hours before you.
All right, how many of them are there? I count 6 down here. Any of them yours?
They made security call in the all clear before they,
Killed everyone?
what do they want?
A virus. Something Leland Goines was working on here.
But the vault? No one's stationed here, Ken.
What if they turn on the burn thingies and kill all of them?
Here it is, boy.
I
Bring
guess
down the
we've
markers,
never
man.
really thought about what the end goal of the 12
the big
Monkeys
burn.
is. We know that they want to release, we know that they want to get their hands on a virus, actually. We don't know if they want to release it. We know that they want to get their hands on a virus and that it ends up getting released and killing people. But they could have some other motive. Maybe there's something they want to do with the virus. Maybe the intention was never to let it get out, or if it was to let it get out, maybe it was to go like all Resident Evil on them, and they have underground bunkers where they thought they could restart humanity from. It would be interesting to know, though, like, what their end goal is, because I can't imagine that their end goal is simply the destruction of humankind. That seems too simplistic. I have to think that they have some other bigger, grander motive in mind. I mean, let's go really far out there. What if their end goal is to use the virus to somehow alter humans in some way? I don't know.
The wrong virus gets out down there, and you throw the switches, and it burns up every bit of biological material in the room.
Let's
What?
use it.
Yes.
That won't work. There's 2 switches, and they've got to both be thrown at like a sub. If you get exposed to anything down there, the big burn is a better out.
Jesus, that is...
Let him go.
Let them go. Can't save everyone.
Oh, okay. What happened here? Some kind of shift just happened.
This is why I'm here. This is what I came here for.
We've gotten this far.
You know, another thing that's interesting, is this virus something they found or is it man-made? Because if it's found, then it must live somewhere naturally.
This is an important moment.
You broke Jennifer. She let him here.
I don't know how to open it. I swear to you, I don't. You what? Please, I don't know. I believe you.
And that makes you useless to him.
Just close your eyes. Imagine her face.
Okay.
This is what being erased feels like.
A little boring.
Are these my hands? Oh my God! We're still here!
Sarcasm, I like it.
You see that look she gave me?
Yeah, I saw that look she gave you.
I don't like it when science fiction TV shows pressure scientists to give all the answers.
There are stories about a German doctor who turns people inside out. Pretty specific, though.
Oh, it's not Jones.
No, it must be the other German doctor. You guys are running with a lady who sends people through time.
That's a pretty big. I wonder if, like, the first people she tried to send through time ended up inside out.
Jennifer!
I have to imagine the only reason you're alive is that he's curious. Hopefully curiosity will do to him what it does to the cat.
So this is bamboo. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh!
Stop!
Oh, I think he's just crazy.
This is not some kind of interrogation.
Please stop.
He would tell you that 99.9% of all species that have ever existed are now extinct.
Him. You mean God?
The witness.
Is that your boss?
Well, now that we know...
It's not your usual solution. We're Henri in Haiti.
Uh-oh. How's Cassie gonna handle this?
Excuse me.
So, I'm guessing that Cassie's not going to handle learning that Henri died by Cole very well. Because, you know, she blamed herself because she thought that she sent him to get medicine and then he died because he ran into gangs. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint because I think Cassie's character flip-flops a lot between wanting to do what she has been trained to do, which is to care about individual life, with caring about the greater good. I mean, I thought it was a really hard decision for Cole to make to kill Henri, but I think that it was a necessary one because, yeah, with the ease which Henri gave Cole information, there's no way that he wasn't going to give that up to the whoever these people are. And Cole did the smart thing, not necessarily the good thing, but he did the smart thing. What I wanted to say, though, was we've now been told that this creepy dude has a boss, this witness guy. In storytelling terms, that does mean that the creepy dude now becomes kind of expendable, because Cole can then go after this witness dude. So, kind of wondering if some foreshadowing is happening. I guess that wouldn't be foreshadowing. But I'm wondering if he's going to die in this episode now. Don't know. Witness, though, that's interesting. He is right that 99.9% of species don't exist anymore. So I wonder if that goes towards the idea maybe they are just like a death cult then that wants to kill everyone. Like, does he think that humans have run their course? Or I wonder if he just wants to drive humans back to kind of like the Stone Age when we were more at the mercy of nature instead of us being able to shape the world.
Did you kill Henri?
I'm a little surprised that she didn't suspect, or at least wonder.
I didn't have a choice.
I am glad this is coming out so soon, though. That it's not like this big thing that hangs over for seasons.
Jennifer, it's me. It's Cole.
Generally not a good idea to go into places that say restricted. And, it's her life. Oh, okay, we're gonna see her early experiment. Oh. So she really did turn people inside out. I wonder if in her mind it just doesn't matter.
Dare you?
What'd you do to these people? Cole wasn't the first, was he?
Others lost in time.
I wasn't going to bring this up because I figured that maybe it was just... I don't want to say lazy, but just maybe it was storytelling that wasn't so sound. So in the last episode, when Cole went back in time a couple of days, there were definitely signs that it was a closed loop of time travel, that Cole himself, before he actually traveled back in time, was experiencing things that would have only made sense if he had already traveled back in time. So I was like, how does that happen? Because clearly 12 Monkeys is very much the past, or the future can change the past. It's not like a set of events that has to happen. But I kind of just wrote it off as, well, maybe there are closed loops. Maybe the future can change the past, but it can create loops that just infinitely play themselves out. Anyways, I wonder if the virus was actually something that existed in the future, and then one of her people, her early experiments, went back in time and was a carrier for the virus, or and that's how the past got a hold of the virus. Now, that would necessitate that at some point in some earlier loop of events, or series of events, not loop, the virus existed naturally in the future. But anyways, yeah, that's just what I wonder, if the virus is actually something from the future itself, and that if she had never actually experimented with time travel to begin with, then the virus wouldn't have actually existed. But the virus existing is what makes her, makes the scientist lady, I can't think of her name, Catalina. The virus is what makes Catalina experiment with time travel to begin with. So, I could be onto something. I could be completely off base. I don't know. Don't tell me, obviously. I want to, figure it out for myself, but...
What the hell is that thing?
The origin of my father's virus.
What is that?
Fail-safes! Boom!
Attention, night room shoppers. Mark Ridge commandos are on the way.
Monkeys can't get in the vault. I mean, they can, not without melting.
Oh, it alerted someone.
Quick question, who's this bitch?
I'm Dr.
Doctors.
It's all right. Cassie helped me find you.
Thank you. You can go now.
Okay, look,
Now.
Mark. Jennifer?
Oh, you say it right.
You're mad.
I'm sorry.
It's completely necessary to finish the project. Each one a little more progress before we were ready to send Cole back.
There's nothing you wouldn't do for this. In case you haven't noticed, it's not working. All you got is blood on your hands.
Have you ever heard Mozart?
She's not going to kill Ramse, is she?
You're too young to remember.
I remember enough.
It wasn't just the people, it was the ideas.
I was going to say that earlier when there was a bookshelf kind of behind Ramse.
Go. Go call me a monster.
This is wrong.
This was necessary. In 1,000 generations, we could not rebuild what was lost. Just drifting. The ocean of time.
It's gonna happen to Cole.
I won't let it happen.
It matters. This time.
You guys are going to hear me flip-flop on this so much throughout the series. I like that they're asking these questions, though. This is the mark of a good science fiction show, is that it makes you ask these questions. Because, like, if you've ever watched, I've never seen something like this in person. I hope I never do. But if you ever watch a TV show or something where you see people, like, burning books, I don't know. I mean, that just, it absolutely breaks my heart to see something like that happen. So to think that thousands of years of progress, of human civilization, would just be lost. I can understand where the doctor, Catalina, is coming from. Especially because there's no guarantee that humans will retake the planet. I think in the last episode I said that I was reading the book Sapiens. And another thing from that book is that there were points in history where the amount of people alive were incredibly small. And human beings came very close to extinction. during the Ice Age. So there's no guarantee that like humans in this show will rebound from what's happening. They could simply die out and go extinct. And, you know, when you look back at human history, there's so much we don't know. So much. We can hypothesize and we can theorize about what happened and why. We don't know when humans actually developed the written word. All we can say is that this is our earliest evidence of writing. And we have no idea how that came about. We don't know when people started thinking the way they did. We can just say that, you know, this is our early evidence that humans thought this way. We don't know when any of that happened. So there's so much that gets lost to time simply because it's not written down and not recorded. So to think that so much of what we know now would be destroyed, whether that's medicine or math or, like she said, music and art, culture, that's just so bad. Would I sacrifice a couple of people? Not a couple. She sacrificed probably a lot of people. But would I do that if I thought that it was going to bring back the world that we have today? I don't know. And that's a scary thought. Because I think it's really easy to say, well, no. But at the same point, Ramse is making a very good point, too. He said, you know, what we do matters this time. And I think a lot of TV shows try to make this point, and maybe not very successfully, but they try, where they'll say, they basically ask, do the ends justify the means? But they kind of twist it and say, do the ends change the means? Is the way you go about doing something just as important as what you are trying to accomplish? Does doing something horrible in order to do something good taint the goodness of the result so that it is no longer good? These are important questions.
I really think that we should do this hand again, because you've already made inroads here.
Oh.
And Daddy's got a 20-minute turnaround. Hey, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I am a cage doll, man. The things that scurry behind the walls in my head. Do you see?
Hold her! Please.
I like it when you pull my hair. I only tell my secrets to Cole. Cole killed my daddy.
Cole killed my daddy? Cole killed my daddy!
She is truly Looney Tunes.
Henri.
They would have found him.
You know why.
I couldn't let that happen.
I trusted you. Now there's just death.
Can you even imagine the future he's from? Forgiveness?
Forgiveness.
I don't deserve it. But still, ever since, that's what I've been rushing towards, you know, just trying to make everything make sense. You know, if I can fix this, then all of it won't have been for nothing.
You're willing to do what is needed, and I'm not.
Hey, whoa, hey.
You did it. You killed Daddy.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. I was kind of like, whoa. Oh, crap. She's gonna show him how to...
She has the code.
First rule growing up goings.
You can get us into the vault.
No. Don't do that. The second she does that, they're gonna come back in and... Here's your plan. Leave now. Get a whole bunch of explosives. Track this room down again. Blow it all to hell from the outside. Better yet, you know, if he is immune, Dr. Rayleigh could try and create a vaccine so that even if it does become a thing, they have a way to deal with it quickly.
See, the thing about Jennifer is, if you can cut through all that noise, she's always true to her word. Inside that old meat, centuries-old virus.
Cole is not about to die. Oh, okay. That's cool. And Jennifer survived. Time hasn't been rewritten though, so clearly this is not the end.
Why am I still here?
Oh. What are they gonna do with Cassie? Oh, he's going back. No, this is not good. What about Cassie? Oh!
Cassie!
Oh, I wonder if time is significantly changed in some way. This does not look like the machine that he left in.
Ramse?
Oh, crap. What the heck? How is he gonna get back now? And that was my reaction to Season 1, Episode 5 of 12 Monkeys, The Night Room. That was a really good episode. It really made me think a lot. I actually had some thoughts that I didn't want to pause for because I realized I was pausing quite a bit for some lengthy stuff. So I was like, I'll hold it out for the end. But solid episode. I loved that we learned a lot more about Catalina. I loved the subtle changes with Cassie. You know, up until this point, she's kind of been like Team Cole, and it was just like in a very subtle way. You saw like it was cracking, and then when she learned about Henri, it was like all came tumbling down. So I don't know, but what I wanted to say was that I think Cassie's character is an interesting character. At least her perspective is an interesting character because. So I had a lot of philosophical stuff to talk about in this episode, but one thing that's really interesting is, and I don't know if this is, I was going to say during the episode that this is kind of an American behavior, but I think it also is a human behavior in general. I think it would be wrong to say that it's an American behavior, which is in the past 50 years, humans have become very, very good at denial, I guess would be the word I would use. A lot of the things that we are learning about science, that seems like such a general term to say, are just hypothetical, or they are things that take protracted periods of time to actually become something that is imminent, and therefore we tend to enter this kind of denial stage where we convince ourselves that we don't really have to pay attention to it. 50 years isn't a good estimate either. I'd say 100 years or so. I think climate change is a good example, but COVID is another good example, since, you know, we're talking about that. And this is 12 Monkeys, which is dealing with a virus. Cassie's perspective is kind of similar to a lot of people's response to COVID, which was that it's controllable and hard decisions don't need to be made, which is just, it's insane because things like viruses, biology, chemistry, they don't care about human opinion. They don't care if we view something as right or wrong. They don't care about company profits or, you know, whether or not the economy is doing well. They exist and they answer to no one, which makes it very hard for humans to kind of wrap our heads around. Because I think that we have become very used to this kind of negotiation process with Mother Nature. And every once in a while, there are certain things Mother Nature throws at us and she doesn't negotiate. You know, I think that now that the vaccine for COVID has come out, that behavior in people will become even more reinforced, that, you know, when certain things happen, we don't have to necessarily make changes or accommodate it, that we are simply capable of holding back Mother Nature. That's where I think climate change is a very good example of this, because COVID is a virus, so that's very, you know, parallel to 12 Monkeys, because that's also a virus. But the situation that 12 Monkeys presents, this thing that might wipe out humans, is much more parallel to climate change. And climate change is definitely one of those things where a lot of people have convinced themselves that it's negotiable. You know, that, I mean, and it's just not. Like, the planet, climate, it doesn't care. Physics and chemistry will do what they want, and humans don't have a say in that. So I thought that that was very interesting. That was all going through my head when Cassie was saying that she doesn't know if she can do it because she doesn't know if she can be like Cole. I think that Cassie is going to need, her character is going to need to experience something tragic. I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future of this TV show, her senator boyfriend dies in an incredibly horrible way, and that is what convinces Cassie of the magnitude of what's going to happen. Which is why I said that this character does kind of flip-flop back and forth, because I do think in some ways she knows the magnitude. Like we saw in the Cassandra Complex episode 3, that she was really freaked out about the idea of a virus getting out when she was in Haiti. I don't know. I can't really put a pin in her character. Like I said, she goes back and forth. But this was a really great episode. A whole bunch of thoughts on it. I just spouted a whole bunch of things. So come on. Hit me up in the comments. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you think. Give me a like if you liked it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.